This is the programming that you need in your mind to reach your biggest goals. So if you've been chasing big goals but feel stuck, the problem isn't your ability, it's your way of thinking. It's how you put effort in your mind. So putting effort in the mind is foundational for this amount of success. And that's what we're going to talk about here, how you can change your mind so you can get those big, realistic, at the same time, ridiculous goals. My name's Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. One of the easiest ways to be ready for it is program your mind for success. And by the end of this video, you will learn about the single most powerful mindset shift that will get you achieving your most ridiculous goals. So the first thing to consider is there's a lot of common things in people's mind that are holding them back from what they truly want. And this means that they're not focusing on what they want. So there's some common limiting beliefs and negative emotions that hold many people back. And when a person is able to let go of limiting beliefs and rewrite the programming, or let go of negative emotions and feel all the good stuff, fill up their life, their reality with all the good stuff, then they can achieve the goals that they want. So there's some common things like fear of failure. So there's fear in there. People are actually scared to fail. Fail is not a bad thing. Failure is feedback. The quicker you fail, the quicker you can have success. Because successful people, they fail all the time. You might just not know it. However, they get feedback so quickly and then they implement it so quickly because successful people love speed. The quicker they fail, they figure the quicker that they can get what they want. So in order to work on that, you need to take action, and you can ask yourself, when did I decide to create this fear of failure? What can I learn from it? And what can I do instead? If you ask yourself those three questions, your mind will start to shift. It will flip to a whole new reality. You'll see that you have new choices, opportunities, possibilities, and solutions for your goal. The other thing is self-doubt. A lot of people think that they're not good enough. They don't deserve it. They can't collect enough money. They're doubting themselves. Now, if you think about it, a belief is a way to install a program. You already have all the beliefs that you need inside of yourself. However, you've deleted them and instead have things like fear of failure and doubt. Doubt is a way for you to remove that program that should be getting you what you want. So if you don't believe in yourself, you think you're not good enough, all that doubt has done is removed that program of believing in yourself from you, and instead you're focusing on doubt. So, do any of these resonate with you? If they do, then ask yourself those questions I brought up earlier. When did you decide to create this? What can you learn from this? And what can you do instead? The next thing that you need to consider is you need to really think about the outcome and the identity. So there's a difference between focusing on achieving a goal and only thinking about the outcome versus becoming the kind of person who achieves it. So this is really how we're going to shift our mind and put effort in our mind. Because with a goal, you already know the outcome. You can hold that in your mind. You write down your goal. You know how ridiculous and impossible it may seem to some people, but for you, you want to achieve this. This is the outcome. So instead of thinking about the outcome, you're going to think about who is the type of person who achieves this. And you can ask yourself, who are you specifically, presupposing that you've already achieved your goal? So instead of saying, let's say someone has a certain goal to make a certain amount of money, instead of saying, I want to make $20,000 this month, you can say, I'm the kind of person who prioritizes abundance, confidence, whatever attributes you need to have in there. So you have your goal, you have it written out already. What are you going to prioritize? Who is the kind of person that you want to be? So this is a simple example that you can follow. However, you want to have much more than 2 attributes. You want to have 25 attributes, no less than 25 5. So here's why this identity-based thinking works. There's some psychology behind it. And one of the biggest problems that most people have, there's 3 common problems that most people have, and I made a whole audio on that, so check that out. Number 2, though, is most people, they don't know who they are. They don't know their beliefs. They don't know their values. They don't know what they want. They don't know their goals. They don't know much about their relationships. So if you actually think and consistently act how you see yourself, that's who you're going to become. And if you want to achieve a big goal, you need to become someone different if you've never achieved this before. If you've never considered certain things, you need to do something totally different. This is why this works. So if you identify as your future self, guess what? That's going to help you create lasting change. Now, there's a lot of people, they haven't ever considered making a certain amount of money or traveling the world or whatever their goal is. I mean, myself, there was times where I used to count the money that I had and it was barely anything. And then I started thinking, who am I going to be? A person who feels secure with the amount of money that I have. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be confident, abundant, curious. I'm going to have a willingness to try new things, to take risks. These are just a few things. I'm going to feel love good enough. I'm going to feel like I deserve it all and more. So once I started to install these beliefs in my mind and think of myself in this way, I started to accumulate more and more money. I started to collect more money. You can do this with any goal. That's just an example of how I did it with money. So in order to implement this, you already know why this is important. You know what the new thinking is. So why don't we talk about how you can do this? Because a lot of people, they learn by knowing the how. So you need to, 1, visualize your future self. Ask who you are specifically, who achieves this goal, who's the person who has achieved this goal, and know your habits, your motivations, your actions. What are all those things that you're going to be doing? The next thing is you're going to start implementing those habits. For example, I've had many times where my goal was to write a book. So what am I going to do? I'm going to wake up, I'm going to think of myself as a self-published author, and I'm going to commit to writing a certain amount of words per day. And you can make this small, make it so easy for you to do this. What I often did was write 200 words per day. 200 words is over a lot quicker than you think. And all of a sudden, since you're there, you're in a state of flow, you're focused, and that focus justifies the outcome, that investment of time, because you really want that outcome. And you know you're a writer, you know you're confident, you know you're in that flow state. Next thing I know, I'm writing so many more words, and some days I would finish with 1,000 words, 2,000 words, 3,000 words, when all I had was a goal of 200. Now you want to install these things. So you want to reinforce that you've made this shift. So you can use words like I am or I have, and use these attributes of yourself to identify as the person that you need to be to achieve your goals. And the last thing is you want to reward yourself for the actions that you're taking with this new identity of this person who has already achieved these big goals. So think about some ways that you're going to celebrate success. What can you buy for yourself? What are some things that you want? What are some experiences that you're going to have? Because a person who is achieving these goals is a person that is probably experiencing different things and different experiences. So you can find different things online that you want that you maybe haven't considered before. It can be something small, it can be something big, and focus on that so it makes achieving your goals a pleasurable journey, something that you enjoy doing. So that's really what you want to do. You want to focus on becoming the person who achieves the goal and not only focusing on the outcome. True transformation. You have everything inside of you to see your reality inside and outside in a different way, and your reality outside is only a mirror. So how are you seeing yourself? So go ahead and comment below and think about how you're going to commit to this. What's something that you can do today? Comment below what's something you can commit to today to do towards your goal, or something you can feel, or what's an attribute that you have. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who is listening to all of these audios. If you have something, an idea that you think that you want to hear that I can talk about, definitely comment that below as well. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.